Hey friends, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over some Figma plugins that will help you save time when you're designing. First plugin that we're going to look at is a plugin called Blush, which has become one of my favorite plugins for the simple fact that it really helps you bring in illustrations to your design work. So I'm not an illustrator, even though I am kind of an illustrator. I do love to draw, but I'm not like a professional illustrator that only does illustration as my job. So I use these illustrations to really bring out the illustration style in my designs if I'm working for a client, or even for work, just to kind of show a general idea of how an illustration could fit. So if this illustration could work, or if we want to hire an illustrator to come in and do like some custom work. But everything here is really nice. Like, they have great illustrators and great illustration work to add to your design. So all you would do is download this plugin, and I have a paid account. I think you could have a free account, but you won't get the highest resolution. Like, I don't think you can download a SVG. I think you are limited to maybe a medium PNG file. But if you want to try the free version out, you could do that. But in this case, why don't we search for coffee? Say I'm working on a hero, and I'm trying to do something for a coffee shop, or showing coffee. You could, they have everything in here, so you could find an illustration that you like and click on it and place it into your design. And then one thing I like also is you can change the features, like, so we're working on upper body right now. You can change the lower body. You can change the head. You can change the hair, the expressions, accessories. Like, it is pretty cool. Like, you can really come up with your own custom illustration based on the illustrations that are provided in the plugin, which is pretty cool. So of course, there's a lot more you could do to this, but this is kind of just an example of what you could do with this plugin. Another good plugin is a plugin called Better Font Picker. So this ideally is a great plugin because it shows you exactly how the font looks while you're kind of trying to find a font. And this is good, like because in Figma you can't preview the font. Like, it you really can't see exactly how it looks. It's just the name of the font. But with this plugin, you actually get a preview of what that font looks like, which is pretty cool, and it really helps you, as you're working through Figma to move fast, so you can see exactly how that font will look before you add it to your design. But one thing that I use, and this is not a Figma plugin, but is Font Base, which kind of holds all my fonts. So it's a great product as well, but this is kind of more actually more of a app that you download and have on your computer, where this is a plugin in Figma, which is pretty cool. So this is one of my go-tos as well. But usually when I work, I kind of already have the fonts from the clients or from the company I work for. We already have our style guide, so all that stuff's already given. But when I'm kind of just exploring and making, like, maybe it's a post on Dribble or a post on Instagram, then I'll use this plugin to find a font that I like. So yeah, that's number 2, Better Font Picker. So another plugin that I use on a day-to-day basis when I'm working in Figma is called Color Contrast Checker. So basically what it does is it checks the contrast of your design to let you know if you're 1A, AA, or AAA, which are the different types of grades you can get based on the color ranges you use. So rule of thumb, you always want to be in AAA. You know, sometimes you could get away in AA. I know when I worked for a company, our standard was like AA, but it's really great if you can get a AAA rating, because that means you have no issues, and everybody will be able to enjoy your design. I find that a lot of designers don't think about color contrast in their design work until maybe like the end, but it should really be like something that we think about in the beginning of the design as we're designing, because we're designing for users and we want these products to work for them and, you know, to be great. And they can't be great if people can't read them or see them because they have an issue with color. So that was like, you know, a passing example. So this will be a failing example. Like we can already tell that we can't read this copy. So so we know this is going to fail automatically. But I mean, this is a pretty good plugin because it tells you, you know, exactly the things that you should change. So it's letting you know that, hey, you know, you're failing. It's not AA or AAA. So you know, you need to work on getting the contrast down. And this actually threw a background behind my text to help it pop out, but I actually don't want to do that. But this is great because, you know, you can see exactly what's going on, exactly what's wrong, and you have a chance to change it. So another color contrast tool that I use is a tool called SIP. This is a great tool. I've been using it probably for like 6 years now. But again, it's not inside of Figma, it's outside of Figma, but it does a great job with color contrast and also just saving color palettes. So if you like, you know, have different themes you want to save, it helps you create that stuff and save it out. So this is like really a powerful tool that I use really every day. If I have it open, I'll use it, but if I don't and I'm in Figma, then I'll just bring up the plugin here, color contrast checker, and check it that way. But SIP is also a great tool to check out. So another great plugin is the one and the only I shouldn't say that, but another good one is Unsplash. So basically, if you want to bring images into your designs, these are all like royalty-free images to help you kind of build out your designs, your layouts. So if I don't have photography, this is like my go-to site. If I want to do something quick or show something quick, then I'll come use this tool, which is super simple to use. So in this example, I'm using like a gray box, and gray is the background, so it's just an empty box, and you could come here and based on the different categories, you could pick from the categories already there, or you could search, or you could, you know, look through the editorial stuff going on, any presets. So what I mean, I live in Atlanta, so I'm gonna put Atlanta, see what pops up. This is actually on my website. The Ferris wheel. So boom, there you go. And it's that easy. Now you have a super clean hero, which looks good. I would probably line that up correctly. And man, there you go. You got a nice looking hero image. So the last plugin I want to show you is a great one if you're in need for icons. So I find myself using this one a lot. And it's called Iconify. So basically, it's a library of icons that you can use for free. They have some very good ones. And you know, anytime I'm working on wireframes, or sometimes even actual designs, I'll come in and I'll use these different icons in my work. So they have some pretty good, cool ones, and I'll just give you an overview. So you could go through the categories as I'm doing here to search for icons, or you could also type in what you're looking for. and then select it. And then you have all these options here. So you can change the color, you can change the height, you can flip it if you want to, you can change the rotation. If you need to give the code to developers, you can do that. But mostly I just kind of import it at the size I need. And then once you import it, click import at the bottom, it'll come into your design. Oops. And you'll have an icon. And the cool thing is it's SGV. So, I mean, you can scale it any size you need and it won't be pixelated, which really comes in handy when you're working on different projects where, you know, you need your icons to be crisp. You need them to look good. So yeah, that's one of my favorite plugins that I use. Hey, so that's some of the top plugins for Figma that I use to kind of help me in my day-to-day process. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm working on adding more content to YouTube. So with that said, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.